You're listening to The Local Lounge. Have a seat with the DFW local music scene and your host, Zach Killian.
Hello and welcome to the first broadcast of The Local Lounge on Talk Radio 1190. I'm your host, Zach Killian, and we're talking anything and everything about the local music scene in North Texas. There are thousands of individuals hitting the streets, cultivating the internet, and releasing their craft on mediums like SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, and even iHeart, which you can get us on the iHeartMedia app by typing in Talk Radio 1190. It is the focus of this show to give you, the listener, somewhat of a behind-the-music experience with local artists. Instead of playing their music, we're sitting down and talking to them about their experiences in the local music scene, as well as their growing pains and even advice that they have to give to people who need some tricks and tips to start making music and sharing it with the world. It's all about a chat with those musicians in the DFW Metroplex. And today, we've got the heavy-hitting, mind-opening, genre-mixing Dallas nu metal artist, the Band Nerds. How y'all doing today?
Yo, what's up?
So we got Tony Najee Lucas. We got Brandon Cross. I think he's on Snapchat right now. You got to snap everything these days. I do the same, so don't feel guilty, brother.
Yes, we have to document everything. Got to document.
And we got Santos the Sandman Johnson.
That's me.
I don't know if you got that from the Metallica song or you just doing your own thing. Oh, okay.
It was either that or Sandy.
Sandy.
If I name myself,
Sandy Cheeks.
they're gonna have to call me like Daisy or something.
And we got DJ Solos.
Yo, hello.
Does anybody call you Han Solos?
No, you were the first one. That was pretty cool.
Really? No one said that before.
Oh, he has like 12 aliases.
Yeah, in this band, everyone gets about 10 names.
Oh, yeah. Really? Okay.
Yeah. Space Ghost Los. We use that a lot. What else? Inspector Los, because he has all the gadgets.
So you guys have got a lot of personality in a band, and that's what a lot of today's music is not having. What it really needs to personify is each person is their own individual, and that's what I like to see about a band. But you guys are really making an image in the Dallas scene, and I really like to see that in a band, but you're also trying to connect with the fans. You've got fans involved in your music videos, you have street teams, and you pretty much have a good following. Now, how is it important to connect with your listeners on more than just playing music to their face?
Connected with listeners is probably the most important thing out of anything. I mean,
of course,
you don't have anybody to listen to you, unless you have listeners. I mean, it really boils down to that. Like,
oh, yeah.
We couldn't really do our music, or we wouldn't do our music if we didn't know that there were people out there that were digging what we were doing. So it's the life source. It's the blood and the body of the music. So you have in a couple of your songs, like Deep Ellum you're talking about, you have shows where you only have like a 5-person turnout.
Oh, now they've been smaller than 5 people.
Get it right, trying to get back to them lights. Let me tell you about it. Me and Najee spent them late nights on the block, posting posters, trying to raise a nerd stock. You asleep, club promoter ask us what's a draw. We said 100, only 5 came, but we rock that bitch like it's 5K. Fine, being started buzzing like a Friday. Better than your headline is try me. Debbie Sexton started rapping, now they wanna sign me. But I was
yeah, we've had practices. That's what we call them. Like those are practices where it's been like 2 people, and we all came together type of thing, right, to where we've played in front of a crowded venue. So.
Okay, yeah, of course. That didn't discourage y'all, though. That's one thing I like to see about y'all. A lot of bands, they get really discouraged when they only have a few people come in. Now, what was your first show like as a Band Nerds?
Ooh, our first show as Band Nerds, we all dressed alike.
Yes, it was terrible.
Dressed alike?
Yeah, we looked like
it was like Kiss?
We were like, we should go with the theme. We were wear red and black.
Oh, God, it was horrible.
Did you look like a checkerboard?
Oh, worse. Yeah, we looked like waiters. Actually, it was horrible. And we were very stiff on stage. No one moved.
Little stage fright.
Yeah, our guitarist wasn't playing the guitar at the time, so he was just a backup singer.
Really?
That didn't sing. So essentially,
he's just sitting there.
He just stood on stage with his hands behind his back.
Modeling the black and red outfit.
So pretty much. And yeah, it was not a good...
not a good look, man. We're a far cry from what that was.
Yeah.
We were still doing like neo-soulish hip hop.
Yeah, we were like the roots.
Yeah,
the
kind of
best
like the
way
roots.
to explain it. Our instrumentation was different. We had a keyboard player. We had 2 DJs at one point.
So you've changed genre over the years.
Pretty much, yeah. That's not, when I had Band Nerds in mind, that was not the vision that I had. It took a while to get to the sound that we have now that we really been wanting to create for a long time, or I wanted to create for a long time, and then adding Tony's perspective got the actual true sound that we have today. So
Of course. So you're evolving as a band. Instead of just sticking to one sound, you're branching out and trying to grasp what people want to hear, but also what you want to hear for your own.
Right.
make.
exactly, without falling into the Linkin Park syndrome.
Linkin Park, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want to just start using African drums and
yeah, you know,
timbales and
That's
stuff
what I
like
kind of
that.
tuned out.
yeah, we
there.
don't. We don't want to forget the original fans. You know what I'm saying? Trying to grab new fans. So we always make sure we feed the day ones, so to speak, and make sure that they're still full, but we still evolve. So that's pretty much the challenge.
Were you inspired by Linkin Park? What other bands were inspiring you? I definitely have a Rage Against the Machine vibe. That's where I hear, when I go to shows, everyone's like, dude, these guys sound like Rage Against the Machine. I was like, yeah, a little bit, but they got a little bit of other inspirations.
Right.
I think Deftones is a big inspiration.
Linkin Park
Park.
is our big one. Well, my big one. Deftones is another one. Limp Bizkit, late 90s, early 2000, that new metal-esque sound.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was really influenced with that. I guess you can say, you know, electronica. You know, I like atmospheric stuff too. So
Oh, yeah, I've definitely got that vibe. Solos is pretty good about getting that vibe. going for y'all.
yes.
Definitely. We're recently, a lot of our songs, because our music is taking a different route now. Not in the way that from, you know, the neo soul to new metal jump, but
Yeah, it's a big jump.
we've been recently inspired by a lot of new school hip hop,
Oh, yeah,
modern
I've
hip hop
definitely
with
gotten
the tempos and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how our sound fits in slower tempos, and people seem to be digging it. I mean, we've had Horror played on the Eagle for like the last 3 months now.
Yeah, you guys have been going nonstop with that. Debbie's been spinning y'all for
You know,
a while.
and we got a new joint coming out that we performed at the Gas Monkey recently.
Oh, yeah, I was there for it.
Yeah, so we're going to be releasing that soon. Yeah, so people seem to be digging this whole, because the vibe is different now. I mean, like late 90s, early 2000s, everybody was very,
In your face, that's what I'd like to say.
very in your face, very angsty, angry, mad at the world sort of thing. But now everybody just wants to kind of vibe
Just
out
chill,
and chill.
man.
So
Let's not worry about anything.
it's interesting to see how a hard rock hip hop band approaches that. But since we have so many roots in hip hop, we kind of could just get down with whatever, you know? So
Yeah, you can dabble into anything with your lyrics and your sound.
I
That's
was
what I
a
like
metal
about it.
bass player before. I played in a metal band in Austin for years, and then coming into this band, I had to learn how to just change style, just lay back a little bit more. Let
That was the
things
transition
breathe.
for that.
It was. It took me a while. I learned how to play every Rage song that I could find. I just went back and relearned them and just played nonstop, and that kind of got me in the mindset that I needed to be in to write for this group.
So you know what? I do have kind of a Tom Morello vibe from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going through just every song I can, just learning how to play it front to back. You know, just like them, and that way that translates into what I write for the band.
So you've been in the writing process recently for some of the music?
Yes, as far as the bass lines, usually Cross will lay down the foundation, and then we'll just kind of layer on top of it in the time that I have. And
So when it comes to music together musically, what about lyrically? How do you guys put together the lyrics of a song? Because your lyrics are very heavily influenced by like the struggles of the lower class and some of the black community. You even have a podcast called The Minority Report, and that's pretty interesting. Not a lot of bands will go that deep into it. They'll just write a song and then just be like, okay, where's my monetary value from this? What drives you to create content to raise awareness on these issues?
Me personally, I don't feel like I'm bringing awareness. I'm just talking about my life.
You're just being real. You're just being real.
Yeah, I'm just talking about my life. I never really looked at it like I'm speaking for like the black community or the lower class. I'm just black in the lower class. So definitely when it comes to the writing process and stuff like that, that's where the hip hop influence kind of takes over. And any MC knows that you don't really want someone messing with your words, your lyrics.
No.
So the last thing I do is I'll tell, like, our writing process is very simple. This is what I think the song sounds like we should talk about. He'll come back like a day later. This is what I got. I'm like, okay, this is what I got. We let the hook basically merge our two perspectives
Of course.
together. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, I want you to talk about this and I'll talk about this. It's just like, hey, we're broke. life sucks. Go to your room. You know what I'm saying? And then he comes back out and it's like, damn, that's a cool perspective. All right. And this is my perspective. And it works every single time. I think one thing Tony and I talk about a lot, what makes us different as far as like our songs go, is more or less most bands they collab. Like you have the guitar player and then the bass player, the drummer. Everybody contributes their part as far as, and that's how a song, they usually jam.
Yeah, they jam and then it's like,
oh yeah, and then the vocalist will come in and scat some stuff and okay, that's our song.
Good,
yeah.
That's straight Chili Peppers.
Well,
right
we're
there.
different because yeah, we're different because Tony and I we're producers first, artists second. Like I met Tony, at a job I was working on a long time ago.
As long as you don't say you're the Kanye.
No, not at all. But I thought I was at one point. Whatever. But he makes his own beats. He produces. As he has Midnight City, stuff like that. He has an ear for music. He knows how to create music. So do I. And we just merge like that. Most band and like I can play like 13 instruments. So if I hear a guitar part, I'm gonna play the guitar part. If I hear a bass part, I play the bass part. So
you're the prince of the band.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And so we think like a producer first before we just think artist wise. You know what I mean? So we're listening to things and we're like, that hook isn't catchy enough, or that tempo, da 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 da. We're producing, you know what I'm saying? And trying to make it as hot as possible. Not just like, I'm a guitar player and this is a cool riff I have. Mm-hmm. Make something work on top of that. It's like, no, that riff doesn't sound good like that. Da 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 da. We're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how
I hate to cut in right now, but we're got to get to commercial.
Oh
break.
yeah. Go ahead. I talk about music all day.
But that's what we're here for, man.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and get back to it. We're gonna go talk to the band nerds about how we can help you learn to get in the music scene and make music. But we'll be back with the local lounge. I'm Zach Killian with the band nerds, and we'll be back.
We don't care what you want to.
Hi everyone, this is George Miatis from the heavy rock band Sonar Lights, and you are listening to The Local Lounge.
I'm Ed Steele, winner of the Dallas Observer's 2014 Best Music Photographer in North Texas. You're listening to The Local Lounge.
And we're back with the local lounge. Zach Killian here with everything in the local music scene in DDFW, North Texas, Denton, Dallas, Fort Worth. And we're back with the new metal artists, the band nerds. We're talking to you about how you can get in the local music scene and what steps you can take to overcome any fears that you might have, any discrepancies, and just getting out there and playing. So, how did you start? How did the band nerds become the nerds that we know today?
Guitar player is my college roommate. I met Najee at my job. We had a job together. He was my trainer, actually.
Where'd y'all work?
We worked at Encore. And at the end of the day, after training, we started talking about music. And he was like, you rap? I was like, yeah, I rap. He was like, spit something. I rap, then he rapped, then it was just the mutual respect. We've been inseparable since. I grabbed my college roommate, my best friend Scully, told him my idea, what we wanted to do. Then a few members later, these two guys came down the line. Santos, we met him. He's the newest member. And then, and that's where we are right now.
I think that's about when I started talking to y'all. When I started doing them frequent. I remember because I was getting the interview with y'all, and Brandon drove me to the interview because I didn't have a car.
Yes, I picked you up. We went to the interview.
I was like, hey, can you take me, man? I said, yeah. So it's been Can I get a what?
I just joined this February. I was looking on Bandmix. That's where you find other artists to get together with. There's a pretty good site.
Okay.
And I started searching through all the bands, listening to music, trying to find a band. And then I saw the video for Glass House and I got goosebumps. I said, man, this is it. This is what I got to get into.
I need to get into this.
So I learned how to play it. Then I sent across the email, pouring my heart out, saying, man, you got to give me a chance. And then
please,
sure enough.
Please.
Yeah. I actually canceled trying out someone else after I read his email.
Really?
Because we already had someone coming in to try out, and I got his email, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring this guy in. And I posted it to the universe, and everybody was reading it, and they were like, yeah, man, spot on what we were looking for. I knew before I even met him that if personality personality, we can get along with him, he'll be perfect for us. And so the only thing I was hoping for was like, oh, please let us get along with this guy because his credentials are what we're looking for, what we need. It worked out great. He's still here.
I didn't think I had a shot at all, but I was like, just go ahead and give it a shot. And I practiced all the songs. He sent me like, what was it, 8 songs?
Yeah.
To learn like in 4 days.
You learned them that quickly?
Yeah. I just
wow.
Just
That
played,
is awesome. Now, speaking of learning songs, when you started your interest in music, what steps did you take from practicing by yourself, playing with yourself? Wow, I said that. So basically from when you're 13, practicing with yourself, getting the right equipment, good sound quality, and getting good local music shows, making connections. What's the bridging the gap that you created to get there?
Yeah, you got to really make real life friends. That's what a lot of it is based off of. Just, not just on Facebook, Matt, but people that you've met in person that you've known for a long time.
Yeah.
Just any connection that you can use to try to get into a venue, try to get to play there. And once you get to play there, you want to build your fan base there. And so the next time you play, those same fans will come back and bring their fans and just let them know that, you're there for them. Pictures and everything, all that stuff. Fans love it. It's autographs.
So do y'all book y'all's own shows, or do you have like a booking manager?
Yeah, we all search for shows. We all network with everybody that we know.
We currently have a manager, Callie D from Red Empire.
Really, Callie? Because she had the DDFW Master of the Mic for a while.
Yes.
Oh,
Still
okay.
doing that.
Yeah. She helps us with booking shows, but we still do quite a bit on our own as well. So.
Now, are you guys signed on a label?
No.
I thought y'all were.
That one thing, that was like a year or two ago for like a month.
Yeah,
Was that like a relationship that just didn't quite work out?
The label kind of flopped.
Yeah.
Apparently somebody was robbing somebody of money. The owner was taking the band's money and just running with it.
We were skeptical about that anyway, but we were looking for a sign, and there was our sign.
There's your sign.
Yeah, like before we did anything, I don't think
we didn't do anything with the.
Yeah, we didn't do anything
with them at all.
Really?
We just signed it, and then we signed it, and like a month or two later, they folded, and they just kind of voided all the contracts.
Yep. Currently working on trying to get on a Strange Music right now.
What's up, Tech 9? Put us on.
So you guys have been releasing EPs for a while. Is that just self-produced, or are you working with anybody on that, or are you just dipping into your own funds for that? Because that is a big important thing. Is the biggest obstacle for people to overcome is getting past their fears, and music is a huge step because that's a whole different field you need to go into, and you could either fail and learn from it or succeed, and it's just process. And a wise man once said, if something makes you scared, you have to charge in head first like a bull, and you might find out that you love it and you can make something out of it. Were you initially worried about following your passion in music and possibly making a career out of it?
Still worried.
It's just a day-to-day thing,
It's
man.
a day-to-day thing,
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Yeah, it is.
Financially, time-wise, especially if you have a family. We have 6 members, and we're trying to balance everybody's schedules.
The thing with music, there's no right way to be successful in music. So
it just depends on the age, too.
It just depends on, it's all about who hears it and the right person who hears it. Plenty of people that make a living doing music and stuff like that, so that you've never even heard of. So it could be profitable for you, or it could just be, miserable for you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what keeps me going is I love to do it, so whether you hear it or you don't hear it, I still find joy in making music. So that keeps me going. But there's no right way to do it. How we're doing it right now, if someone looked at how we're moving in the industry and stuff like that, they might say they're doing it all wrong, but
that's their opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Music is very subjective. So to build a fan base and all that, it's just whatever the person is feeling that week or something.
Whoever you're appealing to.
Yeah, and people's tastes change every day.
Especially today's generation, it's a niche market wherever you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's the technology age, so whatever you send out there, that can go anywhere in the world, while like 30 years ago, you're only getting like within a 10-mile radius.
Yeah, it's so every day I am afraid, like what if I've been wasting my time this whole time, and you just got to keep going.
Or maybe we've been going the wrong route.
Yeah, that's another big fear, to be going in a direction just to find out you guys been going the wrong way this whole time, Oh, yeah. That sucks too, so.
It's all about overcoming that fear and just having fun with it along the way.
Exactly.
But you also learn not to go that direction anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
You
go back and take a different route.
You know better.
But our whole thing is time. You don't want to be 70 and like, oh, dang it, this is the right way, So we want to be able to enjoy, doing music every day and not worry about like your 9 to 5 and paying bills and stuff like that.
Yeah, because one of your all songs, it was a recent one that was on your EP. It was
I Could Change.
I Could Change. Yeah, I talked about just that 9-to-5 struggle. Basically talking about college students getting their loans. I'm in that boat. I'm $50,000 in debt. So I felt that to the core.
All of us are in some way.
What was that, Will?
Got to love that college, right?
Oh, yeah. They don't tell you about that debt. They just tell you get a good job.
You take out as much as you can, and then good luck.
Oh, yeah. That interest is going to be good, too.
So this generation in general is dealing with the whole college debt and everything like that.
It's going to be
That's
like
why y'all
the new
felt the
financial
burn,
collapse.
America.
Yeah, our drummer works a 9-to-5 job and like unloading boxes, like some Connex thing. I don't know. It's a really hot manual labor job. So a lot of times, like come practice time, he's pretty wore out. You know, he's out there working in the heat.
It's all about that
all
grind,
day,
though.
every day.
Yeah.
That's devotion, though. That's what you got to love
And
about it.
it's something now that you bring that up because people don't see those sacrifices. You know,
people just want to be pampered.
Just when people come to your show, it's like, because not only does he work this job, but he also practices hours on end to perfect his craft. So when he gets on stage to play in front of an empty room, you can only imagine how something like that feels, you know?
Yeah, I saw a picture.
All those hours of sacrificing and spending time away from your family. And we're just, for
new musicians or artists that don't have my dad's not working at whatever record label, whatever, if you want to get into it, know that those are the type of sacrifices and the risks that you're going to have to take.
Of course.
Working all day, then coming home and practicing, and then playing a show, and then nobody may be there. You know what I mean?
Of course. Now, I've seen a few posts about this on Facebook just saying when you're paying a band to perform, it's not just them playing music. There's the whole fact that there's practicing, there's equipment, there's time, there's struggle, there's blood, sweat, and tears. I don't want to be cliche about my words, but it's true. And like they'll try to say, oh, we'll pay you $50 for a show. It's just like, well, you guys are a 6-piece band, so that's kind of dividend up. You guys have jobs that you are doing, so you're pretty much losing sleep.
Travel
too.
We've done shows out of town, and we got to drive right back after we play at 2:00, and we're not getting back to our houses till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Some of us got to go to work the very next hour. I saw a meme recently about this particular thing, and it was a guy was asking an artist, why is it that I have to pay you $100 for what you did in 10 minutes? And he was like, well, it took me 10 years to learn how to do this in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's why you're paying me that amount of money. So, and people don't, they take stuff like that for granted.
It's basically what you guys are saying. You have to work your ass off if you want to make it in the music scene.
Yeah, and as far as perfecting your craft with your instrument, you just need to spend hours and hours just playing and practicing. Every song that you love listening to, learn how to play it, and then go to the next one and the next one, and that'll make you
can learn from it, and you can make your own things out of it.
Right.
So basically what we're trying to say is just put everything you've got into it if you are passionate about it. If you don't feel like you can do it, just try. Just put in the effort to do it. And if you don't put your full effort into it, then why bother?
Right. Yeah. If you're not willing to be uncomfortable, then don't even.
That's the whole thing about love and passion. You have to be uncomfortable at first.
There's been times we're way uncomfortable playing in front of crowds that we know they're not going to like us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, finding our crowd to play. I mean, we've been going. Bandner's been going on for 4 years. We like to say about 4 years. It took that long to find the type of crowds to start playing in front of.
Of course.
A lot of times it was a lot of, I don't want to use the word, but I guess discrimination. You see our picture and we're trying to play it like these metal clubs or these rock clubs, and they hit us back with no, we're not doing rap nights, stuff like that. And it's like, obviously,
give us a chance,
you know what I'm saying? So you have to deal with stuff like that, to deal with people that are, I like to think we have a new sound that's not being done. So
that's what a lot of people are saying.
And it's like, yes, we're not inventing the wheel. That's not what we're saying. But to say that there is a band that sounds like We Are Band Nerds, you'd be lying.
So you just need to make a unique sound. I hate to cut you off, but we're getting close to the end time
I was about to stop anyway.
Well, we'll bring you guys in for next time. We got a lot more content that I'd love to get in depth with you guys about.
No doubt.
But this is the Band Nerds with their new metal sound. If you want to hear them, where can we hear you guys?
Best bet is to check us out on Facebook and or our website, wearebandnerds.com or facebook.com/wearebandnerds.
SoundCloud.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming in, guys, and giving some advice to people and giving us a little bit of the behind the music.
Yes.
So until next time, this is The Local Lounge. Zach Killian with the Band Nerds, and we'll catch you next time.
Word.